Welcome to the biscuit, you butt fuckers. We're back. It's I think it's November the 13th, pretty sure. And I'm in the home studio. I've got the desk out and the garage band up, and we're up and fucking recording. Still got a lot of work to do out here to get it finished, but the wife and I are moved into the house, and we've got it set up, and we're gonna get the studio finished. It's gonna be great, and then get some better equipment and start pumping these bitches out more and more and more. But just to start off, I just wanted to say congratulations to that Irish monster, old Conor McGregor. I know this isn't a UFC podcast, but we watched the 205 last night, and he's the first dude to get two belts at one time. It's pretty impressive. And he beat the fuck out of Eddie Alvarez. So, good job, Conor. Not a huge fan, but he did good. He fucking went in and beat the dude's ass. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, yeah. I'm having a soda with this podcast, too, today. It's delicious. As far as the podcast is going, the SoundCloud is up. I'm sure that's where you're listening to it right now. And the iTunes is on the way, and Stitcher and all that other fun stuff. Big help from Fallen from Bad DPS for helping me out and getting that going. I do appreciate it. And remember, go check them out over at the Bad DPS podcast, where you can listen to them anywhere. You can find those guys anywhere. So, let's get into it. I want to talk about the call-ups for the Wings. Bertruzzi, the nephew of, I don't remember him. I wasn't watching a lot of hockey, I guess, in the mid-90s. I was more into football back in my heyday. But this kid's a beast, man. He's got a mullet. He's fun to watch. And if you're getting called up over Mantha, you're obviously doing something right, because Mantha's one of my favorite young dudes to watch. So he's like 6'5", fucking bully, and just good. And then later in the week, Anthony Ciu got hurt, and now I get to see Mantha and Bertruzzi, and it's fun. I like these Wings. They're young. I would like to see him with Anthony Ciu. Unfortunately, I think guys like the captain Zetterberg and Nyquist days are almost numbered over there in Detroit. I think that Blashill's taking them in a new direction, and I do not think it's a bad thing. Speaking of Zetterberg, I don't know if you guys saw it, but that fucking whale of a pail save from Ryan Miller coming out of fucking nowhere, goddamn ghost goalie, and just fucking snagging that bitch. I'm pretty sure they were pulling him, and you have to look it up. I've never seen anything like it. It's fucking amazing. And all Zetterberg could do is skate over and go, good job, thanks for ruining my open net goal. But you gotta love Ryan Miller. I think it's been a long time since he's been good, but holy fuck, those Olympics that year when he just dominated, it was absolutely amazing, and only added to my hatred for fucking Sidney Crosby. Watching him score he didn't have a lot of goals at the Olympics, and he got that overtime one, and they got the gold. Good for them. And then old Dylan Larkin, during that ass whooping they got from the Habs, threw down the mitts again. I love it. Dude's the leading scorer on the team from last season, and carrying over to this season, he's becoming a man. I love it. Love watching Dylan play, super fast, and now that he's dropping the mitts. And you have to. You're losing 5-0. Somebody's got to do something. It's not like when the CBJ set the franchise record on the Habitant in a 10-0 game, and they just took it like fucking prison bitches. Just took it. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Yeah, Carey Price wasn't playing, but I don't care. We won 10-0. Suck a dick. And then they scored 8 the other night against, who the fuck's it? St. Louis. You suck a dick too. So they're like second or third in goals average this season. Number 1 power play in the league. I know the dudes over at Blue Line Reconstruction are hollering, the regression's coming, I hope it's later than sooner. I hope they just keep playing well. I'm a big Faith and Torts guy, and I like this team, and there's no reason that they can't make the playoffs. And we'll remember back to the first episode where I had them in there, and I'm going to be fucking right. I might be wrong about the Habs, though. They're pretty fucking good. They've got... Wanted to talk about the league leaders, but I'll just mention for the most wins is Carey Price with 10. Hasn't lost a game. Not even fair. Not right. I don't know how he's on another level. He's a fucking different planet goalie. And he's so effortlessly about it. He just does it. You won't even know, and then you're like, oh, game over. Price wins. Like, holy shit. And he just does it so smooth. And he's something else. He definitely carries that team on his fucking shoulders, in my opinion. NHL had their boners out this past week with Crosby not only playing Connor McDavid for the first time, but playing the young Leafs and old Austin Matthews. And I'm calling this right now. Zach Werenski from the Blue Jackets is going to have more points than Austin Matthews at the end of the season. And Austin Matthews is still going to get that Calder Award for Rookie of the Year because they fucking love him. And I'm going to be mad, and you'll hear me bitch about it, but I'll get to that later. I'll bitch about that when it happens. Because Werenski is on a fucking tear. He plays like a grown-ass man. He's 19 years old. Gotta love him. If you don't love him, turn his podcast off and go fucking put something in your butt. Because that's what needs to happen. So... But it was Tuesday night. He plays old Connor. The old, if Bettman could get those two dudes naked and just watch them suck each other's dicks, he'd be the happiest dude on the planet. But none of them really did shit. I mean, Pitt won 4-3. Neither of them scored a point. And it's just, that's about it, They both played about the same amount of time. Oh no, McDavid did have 3 assists. I'm sorry. Whoa, is me. So McDavid gets the personal battle, and Crosby gets the win. So good for him. Good for him. And then in the Leafs game, which I think was Saturday, Pitt wins 4-1. And does Crosby always play 18 minutes and 32 seconds? I've never really looked into that, but it's weird. But I guess it's calculated sport, so they know when he's going to be on there, and they're not changing their shifts. So I guess it makes complete sense. But he had 1 goal. Oh man, my wife just came in, and my daughter has poop all the way up her back. Do you need help? Get the hose out. Oh, I should probably stop and go help. But we'll keep going. She doesn't. I got a cool wife. So, seriously, up her entire back. She was sitting there eating gravy and mashed potatoes. And she's 1 year old. So it's not like she's 6 sitting in the kitchen shitting herself. Give me a break. Fuck you. You're probably not even parents. Don't judge me. But, so Sid gets a goal and assist against the Leafs, and I gotta mention my boy Rust from Notre Dame. He got one in there too, so the old guard's still doing it. Sydney's still winning. And, well, we're talking league leaders, the highest save percentage is Murray with a .961, and he's got the best goals against average as well. So that's helping. But he was out, first week of the year, if I'm correct. So they're going to have to do something with those goalies. One of them's got to go. You can't have 2 caliber guys like that on your team. It's not right. And I think it's going to be Flower. I think Flower's out of here, mister. Oh. I don't know if you guys saw. I know we were talking about fighting a little bit ago, but Wayne Simmons' 1-punch drop on fucking Erickson. Holy smokes. Not a fucking Wayne Simmons fan, but I was a fan of that fucking punch, dude. Right, it was like Fight Club, right in the ear. Right in the ear. Just dropped him. I think Erickson ended up later saying he tripped or he punched me in the helmet, but I watched the replay, dude. You got fucking your ear knocked off, and you fell because it hurt. Be a man. Wayne Simmons is tougher than you. You lost. It happens. It's okay. It's all right. Life goes on. What else we got here? Old hat trick Liney. Yes. Dad joke. Wait, he's got 2 hat tricks already in his young career? The fuck? 18 years old? 20 games into the season? If that? He's on pace to score a fucking billion? Definitely going to get that 30. And I think I was reading earlier, there's been like 16 rookies that have gotten 30 goals. With like Sidney and Lindros and Skinner being like the most recent ones. Come on, dude. This guy's a fucking beast. Oh, 15 games, 11 goals, 2 hat tricks. Get the fuck out of here. I heard the dudes on the blue line say it was a 2-man draft. Yeah, Matthews and Liney are fucking studs. They're next level. You're coming in the league playing for Winnipeg, and as of right now, as of today when I checked, he's leading in goals, over 11. Old hat trick. Good for him. I like him. He's cocky. I'm into it. It's good for hockey. He's got a fucking personality that he just reeks of confidence. And he doesn't really give those typical hockey answer where it's just like, well, yeah, how to do this, to do that, to get the win. He'll just be like, I think I'm the best. I think I should be the first pick. And I dig him. So, hats off to that kid, man. Watch out. He's definitely getting 30 goals. 40? 50? Let's not get crazy. Trouba signs. 2-year deal. A lot of people are saying it's, sign him to trade him, but Winnipeg doesn't really do that shit. But my Flint connection was saying maybe 3-way trade. What was it? It was Mantha to Anaheim, Fowler to Winnipeg, and then Trouba to Detroit. That's a win for everybody. I'd love to see that trade. Except for I do like Mantha in Detroit, but he's not playing a lot. So if he can go play more and I can watch Mantha and Bull play together, fuck yeah, dude. I'm all about that. All about it. So I didn't get to a podcast last week. I'm sorry. I was moving. I was lazy. Fucked up. I apologize. I'd like to say I'm not going to miss a week again, but I might. And you guys are just going to have to get over it. Life happens. But last weekend, we were playing some serious fucking NHL on PS4, and I blow at that game. My older brother beat me every game except for the first game we played when I picked the Sharks, which my son is saying is his favorite team. I'm not mad about it. He's into like Jaws and Sharknado, and I think that played a lot of part of it. But yeah, it's cool. He's being his own little man. I mean, he still likes the Blue Jackets, and he calls the Red Wings the Butt Wings. But yeah, be a Sharks fan. I don't give a fuck. Go for it. Good for him. But my older brother Brennan beat my fucking ass in that game. He owns it though. I don't own a PlayStation. What am I gonna do? I gave her my all. The NHL had a free hockey day for kids, and then I saw Cleveland had like 4 or 5 skating rinks where kids could go play hockey for the day. That's really awesome. It's great. I really want to get hockey into this area of Ohio and get kids interested in it. That's my life's passion right now is to get that started. So good for you, NHL. 2 thumbs up. Oh, speaking of my daughter, who pooped her pants a little bit ago, she's walking. So good for her. Good for you, NHL, and good for my daughter, Arwen. Cheers. All right, let's go through the league leaders. Let's do it. You ready? League leader. goals against average. We talked about it. Murray, 1.25. Shutouts. Sergei Bobrovsky, 3. Good for you, Bob. He's playing like a fucking demon. A demon that doesn't fucking like biscuits going into the fucking net. The most wins, Carey Price, 10. 10-0. Ugh. Good to be a fucking Habs fan. Most save average, Murray, 961. Most points, Shifley, 55. Winnipeg, I can't read. He's got 20. Good for him. Don't give a fuck. No, I like the Jets. I think it's cool that Winnipeg needs a team, right? Quebec City needs a team. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Quebec City Snails. No, the Nordiques, of course. Goals. Hat trick, Larney, 11. Man, it's just exciting. Assists, Sagan, 13. Good for you. Plus minus, Weber with a plus 17. Holy fuck. Who knew? Dude's good at hockey. Yeah, everybody knew that shit. And then I went to look up who's leading in penalty minutes, and I got put on some website, and I almost broke my own skull because it was so frustrating trying to run through it. I think it was called like Sporting Charts or something like that. Fuck your website. It's terrible. But Roussel's leading in penalty minutes. I don't know how many he has. I saw that fuck from Toronto's in second. He's gonna piss the wrong person off and he's gonna get dropped. You watch. Mark my words. What is it? Kadrid, whatever. He's due for an ass whooping. And then Bull was up there. Matt Martin. I love all those guys. I like when they drop them, man. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for the week. I got a few complaints about some of my language. Sorry. It's going to happen. You're probably going to get offended listening to this podcast. But we'll make it through. If I personally offend you, hit me up on Twitter, The Biscuit Pod. Let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll get through this. I'm a grown man. You're a person. We'll figure it out. And thanks again for checking me out, guys. I do appreciate it. And I look forward to growing with you, growing together. We're all in this together. Trump 16. I voted for Gary Johnson, so don't blame me. And don't fucking third-party votes like voting for Donald Trump. Suck my balls. I voted for Gary Johnson. Not Donald Trump, not Hillary Clinton. It doesn't go either way. Don't be a fucking baby. Like I said, go to Twitter, follow us, The Biscuit Pod. Let's get some followers on there. Check us out, SoundCloud. Spread the word. That's how we grow. That's how we keep going. We word of mouth. That's where we're at right now. I'm not a marketing whiz. So check me out. Check Bad DPS out. And thanks and good night. Biscuit.